Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos, men have fans crying. The Golden Bachelorette star, Joan Vassos, has a group of guys that is making fans cry this season. Although fans got plenty of laughs with Jacqueline Shoney around, it wasn't all fun and games. But this season is packed with characters that have kept viewers entertained. However, some fans say the men have them in tears. Joan Vassos sets the stage for her men. Undeniably, the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette have a completely different feel from other Bachelor Nation shows. Although the competitors are there to grab as much time as they can with the Bachelor or Bachelorette, the feeling is much different. For instance, during Jerry Turner's season, the Golden Ladies were a hoot. Not only did they keep fans rolling, but they were genuine, mature women who also cheered each other on along the way. Likewise, the Golden Men may want to steal Joan Vassos' heart, but they are also comrades in their non-traditional love-seeking. In Joan Vassos' gentle way, she ushered the entire group into a world of openness. Although it was a hard experience for her to share the loss of her husband, Joan Vassos, it set the stage for each person to admit their own grief and open their hearts. Undoubtedly, Charles Ling has pulled on fans' heartstrings with his caring soul. Several people lost spouses or chose to end marriages for difficult reasons. However, their journeys have led them to where they are. Furthermore, the men supported each other and became great friends during the Golden Bachelorette. But there have been inspirational stories from all of the men who have lived lives they didn't expect. Joan Vassos' men have fans crying. While the guys were vying for Joan Vassos' attention, they bonded with their experience. Together they laughed, had fun, cried, and sorted through some of the situations in their lives that didn't go as planned. Unmistakably, their effort to support each other was evident even though they were chasing the same woman. On Reddit, one fan discusses how the relationships on the show are bringing them to tears. They say, "The men's friendships tear me up." Then the user adds, "I have to say it is absolutely beautiful to see these men reinventing themselves through the male friendships they have found on the show. It seems like many of them do not have a lot of male friendships in their real life, and it tore me up to see some of them leave and be hugged by the other men." Someone else adds, when Charles L. said, "It's a different love. Yep, I found it. Too sweet." It's honestly the best part of the show, not a dig at Joan, just being honest. All these guys have new besties, and it's so beautiful to see. I cried when Pascal was hyping up Mark before his date and telling him to smile because he has such a beautiful smile. I am genuinely sad that we are now onto hometowns, so we won't really get to see the guys interact together anymore. Hoping there will be a men tell all so we can see all the guys together again. It's been my favorite part of the show. It's truly so beautiful to watch these men transform and bond. Joan Vassos' men show strength through their sadness. Throughout the Golden Bachelorette season, Joan Vassos has fostered openness. She listens to each of her suitors as they discuss the twists and turns their lives have handed them. But even more so, the men have joked and shared about their journeys with each other. Captain Kim Book spoke about his life in the Navy and even bared his soul with his songwriting. Jonathan Roan had a flashback to his wife leaving him when he realized how hard it was to think about Joan sending him home. Charles Ling and Guy Ganser shared a touching moment when Guy explained what happened with Charles' wife's aneurysm. Additionally, Keith Gordon shared about becoming the girl dad he is so proud to be, but how hard it was to get there. Likewise, Chalk Chappell had a divorce and a death with his two former wives, and he even lost his mom during the show, and still is dedicated to connecting with Joan. Furthermore, Dan Romer shared his illness and even incorporated it into the talent show. Without a doubt, they are each great guys and have a story. Furthermore, they are stronger men now that they have traveled through their experiences. While only one guy can leave with Joan Vassos arm in arm, all the men express it was an adventure worth taking if for nothing more than the unforgettable friendships they made. Another fan adds, That's honestly why I want Golden Bay P. All the guys just palling around will be so entertaining. The twinkling lights of the Golden Bachelorette mansion reflected Joan Vassos' glow as she stood at the heart of a journey that had captured hearts across the nation. Joan, a statuesque beauty with her signature silver bob and warm brown eyes, had become the embodiment of grace, wit, and strength in a world often dominated by youthful drama. Her journey wasn't just about finding love. It was about rewriting what romance could look like later in life. And her suitors? Oh, they were stealing the spotlight and the tears of adoration from fans everywhere. From the moment the men stepped out of their limousines, viewers knew the season was going to be special. These weren't just contestants vying for Joan's heart. They were a testament to resilience, charm, and the belief that love stories are timeless. Each week, Joan's men brought something different to the table, creating moments that had fans laughing, swooning, and, more often than not, reaching for a tissue box. Charles Ling, the poet of the people Charles, a retired literature professor from Vermont, quickly became a fan favorite. With his glasses perched on the bridge of his nose and a penchant for quoting Yeats at just the right moment, he had a knack for making everyone feel seen and heard. On one group date, he surprised Joan with a handwritten sonnet inspired by their brief conversation about sunsets. As Joan read it aloud, her voice trembled with emotion, and fans at home were undone. Social media lit up with messages like, "Charles is the modern-day Mr. Darcy we all needed, and if Joan doesn't pick him, I'll start a petition." Guy Gansert, the gentle giant, Guy, the 6'5" retired firefighter with a heart as big as his stature, had an uncanny ability to turn every moment into something deeply meaningful. During a date where the group volunteered at a local animal shelter, Guy spent hours calming a nervous rescue dog named Daisy. By the end of the day, Daisy wouldn't leave his side. When he looked at Joan and said, "I think Daisy's just like us. She's ready to find her forever home," fans melted into puddles. Tweets poured in. Guy is the kind of man who restores your faith in humanity. And protect Guy and his gentle soul at all costs. Pascal Ibe, the silver fox with swagger. Pascal, the debonair salon owner from Miami, brought a dash of flair to the season. Whether he was showing off his salsa moves or wowing Joan with a surprise breakfast he whipped up from scratch, Pascal's charisma was undeniable. But it was his emotional vulnerability that truly captivated audiences. In one heart-to-heart, he shared the struggles of rebuilding his life after losing his wife to cancer. The raw honesty in his voice and the tears that followed were unforgettable. Fans flooded message boards with sentiments like, "Pascal's courage to love again is so inspiring, and he's proof that second chances are worth taking." Chalk Chapel, the quirky innovator. Chalk, a retired engineer with a penchant for inventing unusual gadgets, brought levity and humor to the show. His most memorable moment? Designing a custom device that lit up Joan's name in the stars during a nighttime picnic. It was a playful nod to their shared love of stargazing, and Joan couldn't stop giggling. Fans adored his quirky charm, with comments like, "Chalk's creativity is unmatched. Joan needs someone who can make her laugh like that forever." Mark Anderson, the rock and the dreamer. Mark, the rugged adventurer from Montana, stood out for his quiet strength. A former park ranger, he often spoke about his love for nature and the solace it provided during difficult times. One memorable one-on-one date saw Mark and Joan horseback riding through a serene forest. As they stopped by a crystal-clear lake, Mark revealed a small wooden box he had carved himself, containing a heartfelt letter about what finding love again meant to him. Joan's eyes glistened as she read it, and fans couldn't hold back their emotions. "Mark's authenticity is everything," one viewer wrote, while another added, "He's the man we all dream of finding." As Joan's journey unfolded, it became clear that this wasn't just about one woman searching for love. It was a celebration of life's second acts of healing and of the courage to open one's heart again. Fans of all ages found themselves deeply invested, not just in Joan, but in the men who'd bared their souls on national television. Episode after episode, the connections deepened. The group dates, from dance classes to cooking competitions, highlighted the men's unique personalities and their growing affection for Joan. But it was the quieter, more intimate moments that truly resonated. And midnight conversation on the balcony, his shared laugh over a silly joke, a knowing glance across a crowded room. These were the scenes that had fans crying and rooting for their favorites.